Have you ever been treated like you don't belong? Just because of how you look? What would you do if people stared at you like you were a mistake in the wrong place? Today's story is not just about humiliation. It's about grace, courage, and an unexpected redemption that will move you to tears. So before we dive in, take a moment. Tell me in the comments, have you ever faced rejection because of your skin color? And please, hit that subscribe button and join our family here on Skin Deep Stories, where we bring you real, raw, and emotional stories that touch the heart and open the eyes. Now, let's begin. The auditorium was packed that morning. Students, teachers, and guests filled every seat for the annual scholarship award ceremony at Westwood High, one of the most prestigious schools in the city. And there she was, Naomi, a shy but determined black teenager, clutching her worn-out backpack and her invitation letter. Her eyes sparkled with a mix of fear and excitement. This was supposed to be her moment. But the moment she stepped through the hall doors, everything changed. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Some students turned. Some snickered. A few whispered loud enough for her to hear, "Did she get lost? She doesn't look like she belongs here. Why would they even invite her?" Naomi tried to ignore it. She kept walking, her wheelchair squeaking slightly with every push forward. She found a seat near the back, trying to hide, pretending she didn't hear the laughter echoing behind her. Then came the worst moment. When her name was announced as one of the scholarship finalists, Naomi rolled toward the stage, her heart pounding. But as she approached the podium, one of the teachers whispered something to the host, and the host frowned. "I'm sorry," the host said into the microphone. "There seems to be a mistake. This seat is for nominees only." The audience chuckled. Naomi froze. A man from the front row, Mr. Dawson, one of the board members, leaned toward the mic and said, "This must be an error. We didn't have any black applicants on the final list." The room went silent. Naomi's throat tightened. The humiliation burned her from the inside. She wanted to scream, to vanish, to prove them wrong, but she just turned her wheelchair around and left the stage, tears rolling down her cheeks as the laughter followed her. Outside the hall, Naomi sat by the school fountain, trembling. She stared at the letter again. Her name was clearly there. She had been chosen. She had worked for this. And yet, her color had erased it all. Minutes later, an older woman walked up to her, elegant, calm, with streaks of silver in her hair. "Are you Naomi?" she asked gently. Naomi nodded, trying to hide her tears. The woman smiled warmly. "I'm Dr. Elaine Harper, head of the university's diversity outreach program. I came today because I read your essay." Naomi blinked, confused. "My essay?" Dr. Harper nodded. "The one titled The Color of Courage. You wrote about how you never let people's stares define your worth. It made me cry." She paused. "I don't think you know this, but you won the full university scholarship, not the school's award. They didn't tell you because I wanted to see your reaction in person." Naomi's lips trembled. The woman reached out, placing her hand on Naomi's shoulder. "Let them laugh," she said softly. "They mocked greatness before they understood it." Naomi stood again, but this time, not in humiliation. She was on the same stage that once rejected her, wearing her university blazer, invited back as guest speaker for the next year's scholarship ceremony. As she began her speech, the same crowd that had mocked her sat in stunned silence. "Last year," she said, voice steady, "I was told I didn't belong here, that my color made me a mistake." She paused. "But here I am, not because they believed in me, but because I refused to believe them." The hall erupted in applause. Some of those who had laughed now wiped tears from their eyes. After the ceremony, a young white girl approached Naomi, tears in her eyes. "I was the one who laughed at you last year," she confessed. Naomi looked at her, silent. "I'm sorry," the girl whispered, "but you changed me. I joined the diversity club because of you." Naomi smiled gently, but then the girl handed her a letter. "I think this belongs to you," she said. Naomi unfolded it and her eyes widened. It was a handwritten note from Mr. Dawson, the same board member who had humiliated her, dated the day after the event. It read, "Naomi, I saw something in you that day that I didn't have the courage to admit. My daughter was watching and you made her see what I couldn't. Thank you for showing me my own ignorance." Tears filled Naomi's eyes. In that moment, She realized sometimes the hearts that hurt you most are the ones you were meant to heal. What would you have done if you were Naomi? Would you have walked away or stood strong like she did? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your take on this. And don't forget, subscribe to Skin Deep Stories, where every story reminds us that what's beneath the skin is what truly defines us. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and never let hate dim your light.